You are listening to the Simple Farmhouse Life podcast. Today I'm going to be talking about simplifying your wardrobe. We are a family of 8, and to keep laundry at bay, I definitely keep our wardrobes pared way down. We don't necessarily follow the capsule wardrobe, but I guess it's sort of a version of that. And it really has helped us to never have piles of laundry. I mean, we really, truly don't have piles of laundry all the time. We keep it really simple and basic, and I'm gonna go more into that. First, I wanted to share something that came through my Instagram DMs. Someone sent me this wonderful quote that she wrote pertaining to homeschooling, and I just wanted to cover it, and I didn't really have any homeschool podcast planned anytime soon. I might end up doing some, but I don't have any on the plan just yet. And so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to throw it into this one. So she said, I just wanted to share this thought I wrote back a few months ago when we finished this past school year. Maybe it'll be a little encouragement for those pushing on with another year of homeschool or those who are just beginning this beautiful journey. There is so much more to homeschool than just their academic ability. It's preparing them for life and not a test. It's to be independent learners and think outside of a classroom. It's a journey of a million new discoveries and not just a well-planned out schedule. It's to teach them to love and serve others, to converse with people of all ages. To live life is to learn in such a way that no book or classroom could ever teach the knowledge to change the world. As for me, I've learned so much in the 8 years I've been teaching my children, but they are the ones that have taught me so much about life. I could not agree with this quote more. Sometimes I really like to step back and think about what the purpose is of school. Sometimes we get so caught up in the day-to-day grind of things, and certain things feel very necessary, and we never stop to think, does this serve the overall big picture? And I like to step back and think, okay, if we're doing all of these little things, even though they're the status quo, are they really adding up to my main goal? And I love what she said about that. It's preparing them for life. And I like to think, okay, with this child, where do I hope that they are when they're 18? Academically, as a person, maybe as a job, as a career. Where do I hope that they are, and what actions do I have to take now to make that happen? Is making sure they can pass a certain test really going to serve that? Ultimately, is me stressing about that going to produce a result later in life? So just a little encouragement, if you do find yourself homeschooling this year and you're worried that you're not going to check every single box, give yourself a little bit of grace, and maybe it's okay if you don't check every single box. Maybe this is just a year where you are preparing them for life by taking them along in your real life and day-to-day. And yes, there will be some reading lessons and math and that kind of thing, but don't lose sight of the overall big picture. But don't stress so much and give yourself some grace. My name is Lisa, mom of 6 and creator of the blog and YouTube channel Farmhouse on Boone. Join me as I share with you my love for creating a handmade home from scratch cooking and a little mom and entrepreneur life along the way. Okay, so let's dive into talking about simplifying your wardrobe. My husband calls what I wear each season my uniform because I've been doing this for a long time. I don't like to think a lot about what I'm wearing each day. You probably know that if you watch my videos. I wear the same things over and over and over and over again all season long. Usually by the end of that season, it's so wore out that I can get rid of it and then buy for the next season. And that is what I love so much about the capsule wardrobe concept. Really what I do probably isn't even considered a capsule wardrobe, but where you just buy enough things, maybe 5 outfits, you wear them so hard that by the end of it, if they're out of style, it's no big deal because they're not even great anymore. Now, I do love to keep on hand some pieces that are classic and last year to year. I have a denim vest and a denim jacket and some jeans that carry me from year to year. I find that anything denim really lasts. Things like t-shirts, they get stained up, they get worn out constantly, and they're usually no good after a year or 2. And then usually I have some dresses that will last year to year. So let's back up a little bit. What exactly is a capsule wardrobe? Now, when I first heard about capsule wardrobe and read about it, I was really surprised at what they were describing as a capsule wardrobe was considered few things. I'm pretty sure it was like, you need 10 shirts, 10 pants, 10 shoes, and that's it. And I was over here when I read it thinking, I have like 3 shirts, 2 pairs of pants, and 1 pair of shoes per season. And so by me getting a capsule wardrobe would actually be increasing my closet. But this is different for everyone. Some people are way more into dressing themselves. See, I'm more into decorating my house. And so where my interest lies is usually curating things for my home. Yours might be more along the line of what you wear. And so maybe doing a capsule wardrobe would be paring back for you. The idea though of a capsule wardrobe, no matter how many pieces you have, depending on your personality and where you live and things like that, is to have classic mix and match pieces so that from only maybe 30 staple pieces, you can create endless outfits. The skirt that you have can go with any of the tops, any of the jackets in the collection, and it's very collected and curated. Now, I have done this before where I go on Pinterest, I create a fall capsule wardrobe for kids Pinterest board, and then drag things in and really curate it and put it together. These last couple years, I haven't had time to do that. So I've just tried to keep the colors and the styles and the patterns really basic. So the way that I did this in the spring, whenever it was time to swap out kids' winter clothes for spring clothes, I think back in May was when I finally felt like, okay, it's gonna be hot from here on until probably October. I pulled up my 1 bin from the basement because usually each year I only have enough clothes for each gender. So I have a boys bin and a girls bin to fill 1 bin. I usually have so few clothes that the ones that are left are tore up and stained and just not suitable to save for the next year. I do have about 1 bin for all 4 boys that will have some items in it. So I pulled those up from last year for winter with the spring stuff, took it all out, took everything out of their dresser. I threw away anything that had holes because if it has holes, my kids will pull it out and wear it on church day. I don't want that. I want it to be really easy if they pull something out of their drawers that it will match and it will make them look somewhat presentable no matter what they grab. Because if you give the kids the option to grab the wrong thing, they most certainly will grab that shirt that's stained, that has a hole. So I'm pretty ruthless in what I get rid of because I don't want there to be a chance for them to pull out something that would make them look not put together. And I want kids to be able to dress themselves because I do have 6 kids. The 2 youngest, I of course have to dress. I want to make the process as easy as possible for the other 4 so that we can get out of the house or if we need to go somewhere relatively easily. So I took out all of the winter clothes, threw out anything that wasn't good, set aside anything that would last for the next year, and then put it into the boys bin for the basement. I'll just go through what I did for the boys. They're a little bit easier. The girls have a little bit more clothes. Then I pulled everything out of the summer bin from the year before, laid it all out in sizes. So I needed 2, 4, and 6 for my 3 boys. And then I took inventory of what they had. I wanted there to at least be 4 pairs of shorts, 4 t-shirts per kid. And then I kept out 1 pair of jeans and 1 jacket. That's it. I knew we wouldn't need any more than that. If there was a random cold day between May and October, they could wear that 1 jacket and the 1 pair of pants. And I promise you that the very next day that you do this, no matter how hard you check the forecast, it will be cold. And that is what happened to us this last year. So after I've looked at everything, I make a note in my phone that says things that we need. And it'll say something like Eli, 1 t-shirt. Jude, 1 button up, because I like them to have 1 button up. They can wear it on regular days, but it also is a nice shirt to have for church days as well. I also prefer all the shorts to not be the gym type shorts. They're really comfy, but if you have a short that has a little bit more structure, so the ones that are cotton and have an elastic waistband, but that aren't that meshy, stretchy material, they look so much nicer and they can be comfy for play days, but they can also work for church days as well. My goal is to have very few clothes, but also for them all to look really nice. So after I made a list for my 4 boys of what they needed to fill in the gaps of their wardrobe, I did the exact same thing for the girls. And then I just went to Target. And I know that I should go to a resale shop, I should shop around, but I just don't have the time. And so for me, it was more worth it just to pay full price, go fill in those wardrobe gaps and get it all one night. And Target is the store that we have near us, so it's just the easiest thing to do. And that's pretty much it. I have in my boys' room, I have one small wardrobe. We don't have closets. It's just an old antique wardrobe that I have my 2 older boys' clothes in. It's not even completely full, but all of their underwear, shorts, shirts, everything fits in there. And then I have one small dresser in Micah's bedroom that has all the clothes for Micah and Daniel. Micah actually has one drawer. Daniel has one drawer, and then there's a drawer for cloth diapers. It is not many clothes. Daniel probably has 4 outfits that fit him right now, but I love the idea of using the clothes to their fullest extent and then being able to just get rid of them and start over. It just makes laundry easier. It makes it to where the kids, whenever they're putting away laundry, that's easy as well. There's not a whole lot of sorting. There's not piles of clothes everywhere. Everything is just more streamlined. Now, in my girls' room, they definitely have more than 4 or 5 outfits for sure because they have dresses. The girls definitely have more than 4 or 5 nice outfits because, like my oldest daughter, she likes to make dresses and shirts with her sewing machine, and they have things that are athletic and leotards. And so theirs is definitely not nearly as minimal, but even still, all the girls' clothes fit into one dresser up until recently. Now, I did just add a wardrobe to make their room for hanging spot as well, but the last year and a half, it's all fit into one dresser for the girls. So I try to have them pare down, see what they like the best, and then get rid of the rest. The reason for that is even when they have more clothes, they, like me, don't spend a long time getting ready and picking out clothes. So they always will just grab whatever is on top. And then I find that whenever we're going through the clothes to swap out for the season, I find underneath all of the top clothes, these beautiful clothes that they never even wore. And so I encourage them and sit down with them and help them, because this is always a hard process for kids because they see each thing and they're like, I want that. But I'm like, you never will wear it. So we lay it all out and we just pick out what do you like the best, because this is what you're actually going to wear, because you're going to see it. It's going to be on top and easily accessible. And so you will look more put together the less clothes that you have. We'll be doing this whole process again, probably in October. The weather here, it's just going to be really back and forth until then. I might go down to the basement and bring up a few more of the cold weather options before I do the full switch over in October, because there will be more cool days. We're already experiencing 50 degrees at night. And so we might need a few more to get us through, and then I'll do the full switch over in October where I take everything out, take inventory, go see if I need to get a few more pairs of jeans for the boys, some long sleeve shirts. I will stick in the color palette of blue, gray, black, and white, with as little white as possible because you know how that is. Maybe a few plaid shirts and some jackets. So there is more clothing for the winter season because we need jackets and layers. The goal will be that everything can mix and match, and no matter what the kids grab, they'll be matching. And also, as soon as October hits, all the shorts and short sleeve shirts will get removed, because if my kids have a chance to put on short sleeves in the winter, they will, and then they're not ready for the day. So just not giving them the option to really mess it up, especially if you have younger kids. So my girls, I can give them options. They're old enough. The boys, I just want it streamlined so that they can get themselves dressed and look presentable no matter what choices they have. Now for myself, I am more minimal than my husband even. I just am naturally this way. Currently, I have one half of the wardrobe. Luke has the other half and then a dresser, but I'm just minimal. I have a drawer full of jackets that I don't put away. I don't sort my clothes out for the season. I just keep them all there. And then currently I have a drawer of short sleeve shirts, a drawer of dresses, and then a drawer of jeans, and then a drawer of jammies, underwear, things like that, t-shirts, tank tops. I wear a lot of tank tops underneath things. At the beginning of this year, I went to Target, and I don't know if you've gone to Target in a while, but I absolutely love everything that is in that Universal Thread Goods line. For the past, I think 3 or 4 years, I've gotten my entire wardrobe, including shoes, jeans, shirts, everything, dresses, all from that. It's so easy because they have my style so nailed down that I don't even think about my wardrobe. I just go there and buy what's in the Universal Thread Goods line. So at the beginning of this year, I bought 4 dresses from that. I wore them out. I mean, they're still good. I'll keep them for next year. But you guys have all, if you watch my YouTube channel, you've seen every dress 1,500 times, and that's pretty much all I wear. I do have a couple of t-shirts that I'll wear with shorts, but I much prefer dresses to shorts. It's just so much more comfortable. It's breezy and cool. And I always look a little bit more put together than I do in my short denim shorts. I have several pairs of jeans from last year. A few do have rips in them, but I'm okay with that. It still looks a little bit fashionable, whereas with the boys have rips in their jeans, they just look like little ragamuffins. But for an adult, that actually is stylish at this point. So I don't think I'll need to buy any jeans this year. I already have a jean jacket. I have staple pieces like sweaters. I actually have those in the bottom big drawer of our armoire. I have all of my winter clothes, so my sweaters that I bring over from last year, anything that's a classic piece like that I'm keeping. The long sleeve shirts from last year, I completely ruined by the end of it and got rid of them. They had holes, they had milk stains, just being real, and they just weren't good. So I'm gonna be going back and getting some long sleeve shirts, maybe a dress. I'm kind of thinking this year I would really like to do the denim overalls. I think they're really cute. I am not a super trendy, fashion forward person, so it takes me a couple years for the trend to completely catch up. I'm never looking too edgy. So at this point, it's really normal for women to wear denim overalls. And so that's probably where I'll be this year. I know it's been popular for a while. I just am not a super trendy person, and I feel funny wearing things that look that way. I love it on other people though. I wish I was a little more trendy sometimes, but I'm just not. And I've come to accept that. So I think I'm gonna go buy a few button-up long sleeves that I can nurse in to go with jeans, a few V-neck long sleeves that can stretch down, maybe a dress if they have anything cute, and some overalls, and that will be it. You'll probably see me in 5 outfits this winter and fall. I need to go get a pair of boots because the ones I bought last year are shot. I do still have some wedges from last year, and so those will be good. I might need one more pair of boots, but I really don't keep a whole lot of shoes on hand. For the winter and fall, I'll have 1 pair of tennis shoes and a boot. And then I have my muck boots those don't really count. They're farm boots. And then a pair of rain boots. The sandals that I had for summer this year, I actually carried them over from summer last year, and they're done. They already are making me look really not put together because they are so falling apart. So I'm gonna throw those away, and I'll just revisit sandals next year, and I won't have any till then. But that's it. That's all I need. Probably one 30-minute session at Target, and I'll have my fall and winter wardrobe completely hemmed up, and that will be it. Now, I also do have a couple of linen dresses I kind of forgot about, and I still have those in my armoire from last year that I sewed. The button-up linen dress, there is a tutorial. If you go on farmhouseonboone.com and search how to sew a fall dress, there's a striped linen button-down dress. That I'll be wearing this year because I can nurse in it. I also have a gray linen dress that I made when I was pregnant with Micah, and I love it. It's the prettiest dress, but I won't be wearing it because I can't nurse in it. It doesn't pull down. So that one I'm just gonna keep. It'll be in the bottom drawer, in the drawer that I keep seasonal things. It's just one small drawer, seasonal things that carry over. And I will be hopefully able to wear that next year when I'm not nursing Daniel as much, if at all. All right, that's it. I hope that my description of how we keep everything minimal inspires you in some way to keep your wardrobe and life a little bit more simple this coming fall season. The goal is to pick pieces that are classic, that can mix and match, and that are free of stains and holes, and so that they're only easy options for the whole family to look put together. If you do not yet have access to the Farmhouse on Boone subscriber library, a place where you can get all of my free ebooks and printables in one place, you can get that at farmhouseonboone.com/farmhouse resources. Again, that's farmhouseonboone.com/farmhouse resources. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode of the Simple Farmhouse Life podcast.